excited to sew today because today we are making something that we can wear, which is my favorite thing to sew. You get to show your fashion sense and what your favorite looks are. And today we're going to be making some vests. They're going to be reversible, so we're going to decide what we want on the outside and inside, and you can wear them either way. And today we have sewing with us.
Hey guys, I'm Drew. And I'm Rylan. And I'm Jody.
So first thing you need to do is hop on our website, www.threadssewingschool.com, and you're going to print off the pattern for the vest. And I'm going to show you how to put it together. It's really simple. So first you need to print out your pattern on our website, and it's going to be 4 pages. So for the back piece of the vest, you're going to have to tape it together. And that's where you match up these little circles. And you're going to do the same for the front piece of the vest. And then you cut out which size you want. Let's talk about the materials we're going to use to make these vests. So what we're going to need is, you're going to need to pick 2 fabrics, one for the outside of the vest and one for the inside. Today we're going to make it out of this adorable rabbit faux fur. It's super soft. And we're going to use this denim, it's kind of a lightweight denim, to go on the inside. And then of course you've shown you how to print your patterns, and we have them all ready. Let me just show you real quick. Whenever you see on a pattern that has these little arrows, it means that you're going to cut it out on the fold. So for example, we're going to fold our fabric. We're going to place it right along the fold there. And then we want everything to be nice and flat. And then I like to pin it around to kind of hold it down, or you could put heavy weights. And then you'll take your scissors and you're going to cut. After you cut, when you open it up, you're going to have the full piece. You'll see the front of the vest does not have a fold. You're going to actually cut out 2. So you're going to need 2 of the outer, 2 of the inner, and then 1 on the fold of both the outer and the inner fabric. And you know what? Cutting fur is not the funnest. It flies everywhere. It gets in your mouth and in your nose. So we don't really like cutting fur, but
luckily, we have a magical sewing fairy in our class. So on the count of 3, we're all going to snap our fingers and our fabric will appear. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh! Look at them! They're so busy!
We have all of our pieces cut out. So you should have, from your outside fabric, this is going to be the back of the vest, and 2 pieces that are the front. So we need to sew the shoulder seams on these pieces first. So when you lay it out, girls, you can lay it out on the table. I'm gonna show like this. You're gonna lay the back vest open, and then you're gonna match up the shoulder seam over here.
With this, but
that goes on the other side, because this is this side.
Okay.
See, the sides need to match up too, but we're not going to sew those yet. So clip your shoulder seams on both sides.
So like, are these shoulder seams right here?
Yep.
Okay.
We're going to do the other side too.
And then are we going to do it for like the denim fabric?
And then we're going to do the same thing on the inner fabric, which ours is this cute heart denim. We're going to sew the shoulders together. We use a 3/8 inch seam allowance through this whole project, so you're going to follow along the edge of your foot as you sew.
Okay.
So now you should have it clipped looking like this. So Rylan, if you want to do that with your inside pieces, remember, pretty sides are always clipped together. Once you girls have it clipped on the shoulders, you're going to go and sew them. our shoulder seams sewn. So your pieces should look like this. An important step is that we want to press open our seams with an iron. We cannot do that with the fur. If you put the iron on this fur, it would melt it. So if it's a synthetic type fabric like this, do not iron it. But we'll go ahead and do it with our denim pieces. So just open up the seam, iron it flat, and these are little steps that just make your clothes look a lot neater, lie flatter. You don't want them to be all wonky. They add a little bit of extra time, but in my opinion, it's worth it to make things look nice and professional. So now my seams are open flat. All right, Jody, Drew, do you guys want to iron yours?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, our seams are opened, and our next step is we're ready to attach both pieces. So let's lay out our fur. We're going to open it all the way up. And then, since it's pretty sides up, we're going to put this other one pretty sides down right on top. And this step is a lot of sewing. So we're going to clip it really carefully to hold everything in place. And then we're going to take it to the machine, and there's going to be a lot of sewing steps at this next part. Okay, so we are going to sew around, these are the armholes. We're going to sew the bottom of the vest, and we're going to sew around this big loop that goes all the way around. It might be easier to think what we're not going to sew, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. These are our side seams, and we need those open. That's how we're going to turn it right side out. So if it's a straight line like this, this, and this, we are not going to sew it. So let's go ahead, Rye, if you want to help me start clipping things.
All right. Everywhere where the clips are, we're going to sew. Everywhere else, we're not going to sew. Here, 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 and here.
Once you've sewn together those pieces in the spots that I showed you, remember these are open and these are open. Our next step is really important if you want your vest and any type of clothes you're wearing to look really nice and to lay flat and not be wonky, is we're gonna put little clips into the curves. So you can see this is a curve, and if we were to flip this right side out without clipping into it, it would be kind of gathered and look very nice. So we take little snips and we clip up into close to the stitches, but not through the stitches. If you do that, you're creating a hole, and that would be a pain to fix. So about every 1/2 inch or so, you just snip in to this seam allowance. Be very careful. Do not do this part quickly, or you might regret it. Sometimes it's easier to use tiny scissors for this, but I love these scissors, so I'm using them. And I'm being extra careful. Okay, so our arms are one spot that need to have the curves clipped. I'm gonna clip this other side too. This straight edge at the bottom, not necessary to clip, but look over here. We have another curve. If we were to turn this right side out, it wouldn't lay very nicely.
You see these holes like on the side of here, like these parts over here? You're gonna reach into them and kind of like pull them through, like to inside them out. Like that. And then you're gonna do the same thing for the other side. Just like that. And then inside the whole thing out. And then there you have it. It's inside and out.
And look how nicely it's turning out. So normally, if we were using different kinds of fabrics, we would really want to iron it nice and flat on this part. But because of the fur, we are not going to iron it. Another option you can do is, that looks really nice as well, is you can top stitch it. And what a top stitch is you just kind of sew around the edge like a finishing stitch. You're just going to sew around the whole neck and the armholes. We're going to skip that step also, just because we want the fur to look nice and furry and not really have stitches in it. So our last step, we're gonna do this a special way so that we're gonna hide these side seams so that it can be reversible, meaning you could wear it on the fur outside if you want, or you can have the hearts showing. So to make it reversible, we're going to put our side seams together, just the fur parts, and we're only gonna clip right here in the center. I'm not gonna include our inside or our denim pieces. I'm just gonna clip just the fur side. And when I sew, I'm gonna push the denim pieces out of the way, and I'm gonna start here and sew just the fur.
So you see how we have all this part clipped? Like how we only have the fuzzy side clipped? So to put it in, you're gonna be taking only the fuzzy part and just putting it in there. Here's my threads. Okay. Just like that. And then you're just gonna be sewing down like this. Making sure the denim fabric is not underneath it, because you don't want to set that part. Just like that.
We are almost finished. Our last step is we need to close up this hole. Since we already sewed the fur part, that part looks really nice. We would be able to wear it this way. We also want to be able to wear it this way. So we need to close that and still make it look nice. Here's how we're going to do it. I am going to leave this side flat. I'm going to tuck that seam over just like that, and I'm going to lay it flat on top. And we can't use clips for this part. We're going to have to pin it. And I've changed the thread in all the machines to have a matching blue thread, and we're just going to sew it right down from here. And so it'll just have a nice stitch on that side. Let me show you one more time. So I'm going to lay this side flat. I'm going to tuck this under. We don't want these fraying edges showing. I'm going to lay it down on top of it. Put a couple pins in there. And then we're just going to sew top stitch right along there. So after we sew right down, watch out, that just poked my finger, then we'll be finished.
Project complete. Not bad. Woohoo! And you can also make these cute little denim patch vests with the exact same pattern that you did for the fuzzy vests, and they're equally as cute. See, so you can like pick your patches out, iron, and sew them on.